Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry for the very lengthy delay for this next review. This is going to be an album review that I'm doing for you guys for Tommy Vext's newest album, Antarctica. For this album review that I wanted to check out for myself. I know it came out on Black Friday, but apparently this is not technically out on YouTube to stream. You have to pay for a membership on Tommy Vext's website, and I think it's the TommyVextApp.com or something, and then you gotta pay for the $10 subscription in order to listen to the new album, which personally I think is kind of stupid, but if you have $10, that's fine, but honestly, I'm going to discuss what I listened to because I downloaded this album instead of paying for the $10 membership. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this new Tommy Vext album, let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review. Now keep in mind, I think he's a great, talented singer. I mean, yeah, there's some political things we probably are not in agreement with, but other than that, aside from that, still a talented singer and screamer. So Smoking Gun is the opening track, and it's one of my favorite songs to open this album. I think this track did pretty well with what it was going for, and overall, sorry, that's my phone or whatever. Um, Overall, I think Tommy Vext's clean vocals sounded pretty good, and some of his screams were pretty excellent in this track. So this is a 5 out of 5, and it does bring the heavy drum work and guitar work in this track. Gods and Monsters is a pretty good song. Really like this one. So this is a 5 out of 5 because Tommy Vext's vocals are pretty outstanding in this track. And just the way it's produced and the drum work and guitar work are sounding very excellent in this song. So 5 out of 5. Panda Eyes is another track that I thought was my least favorite. I didn't hate it. This one, I don't know, I wasn't connecting with Tommy Vext's vocals for how it was sounding in this track. I think it was okay, but I think this song is going to get a 4.5 out of 5. It's good, but there are moments where I feel that it didn't entertain me as much. Terrible Things is a solid track, meaning it's good for what it is. A little better than Panda Eyes, but it's more mellow. In a sense, and overall, Tommy Vext's mellow vocals are pretty outstanding, with his falsetto and all that. So this is a solid track, 4.5 out of 5. Until We Break did have a messy opener, but I think it progressed and did pretty well the rest of the way for this track. But this is going to get a 4.5 out of 5. I don't hate this song. I thought I was going to like this track, but there are some cluttery moments at the beginning of the track that makes the track slip up a bit because the drum work I wasn't following with how it was sounding, and then it started picking up a little more in a good way. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. Can't Outrun Your Ghost is a pretty good song. Really like this track for how it sounds overall. And just Tommy Vext's vocals are pretty good. He does do some soft vocals, but still the overall track did pretty well. 5 out of 5. My Amends was pretty good. Really enjoyed this track. It has some mellow points in the beginning, but then it progresses into the more heavier side of things, and Tommy Vext's high range of his vocals sound pretty good. So this is a 5 out of 5. Father and Son is a good track. Not something I'm crazy on, but I think it's good for what it went for. The production is more like pop trendy trap beat stuff, and I don't know if I like it, but still the track was pretty nice for what the message behind the track was about. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. Children of the State is a pretty excellent song. Really like this track for how Tommy Vext was singing it, how he was screaming it, and the overall mixing and production and guitar work and drum work was pretty outstanding. So this is a 5 out of 5. Gave It All was pretty good. I love the drum work in this track. It is so outstanding, and sorry about the background noise, my nephew is throwing a fit. But basically gave it all, sounded pretty good with Tommy Vex's scream vocals, and just the overall execution of how the performance of the track went. Did pretty well, so 5 out of 5. And finally we get to the last song, We Carry On. This track is pretty good. Wasn't sure if I was gonna like how it was gonna sound for majority of the track, but overall, I think the track did all right for what it went for. So this is a pretty outstanding song to close the album. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think Tommy Vex's A.N.T.A.R.T.I.C.A album was pretty good. It's as good as Grand Theft Audio. I think Grand Theft Audio was more of towards my favorite album as his solo band project or whatever. But I think as a solo artist, he is pretty talented, and I think he's gonna go somewhere with majority of the albums that he'll decide to come up with. But still a pretty good record. I think Grand Theft Audio is better than this, but still pretty good for what it sounded like. I don't know. I gotta give this more listens to see if I really enjoy it, but it is going to be on my best albums of 2023. So for a score for me, I'm going to give Tommy Vex A.N.T.A.R.T.I.C.A album an 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good album. Definitely keep it up, Tommy Vex. You're definitely doing something with your music and heading in the right direction with what kind of elements and your rock and heavy metal stuff you're doing. And his vocals are pretty good. So I like his clean vocals and his scream vocals because that is what Bad Wolves is missing. I mean, they're trying, but Die About It was okay. I think they tried to mix it up a bit. And sorry about the background noise, he's throwing a fit. So basically, 8.5 out of 10 for Tommy Vex A.N.T.A.R.T.I.C.A album for this review. Thank you for watching this album review today.